There is a silent question that lingers within the hearts of many, a question so profound that its very articulation seems to echo through the chambers of the soul. Am I walking the path God has laid before me? Yet, many have been led to believe a dangerous mistruth, that alignment with divine purpose is marked by ease, applause, and the absence of struggle. This could not be further from the truth. The true path, the sacred course ordained by the Creator, is often shrouded in mystery, veiled in challenges, and illuminated only by the unmistakable signs of divine presence. To walk this path is to embrace the paradox of rejection and belonging, tribulation and triumph, uncertainty and peace. The premise is simple yet monumental. God has not left you to wander aimlessly. He has placed signs, visible to the spirit but hidden from the world, that confirm when you are in alignment with His will. These signs do not always come wrapped in blessings that the world understands. Instead, they are markers of a deeper journey, an evidence that you are not of this world but chosen, set apart for something far greater. The signs are not ordinary. They are profound, transformative, and often challenging, revealing a truth that few are willing to confront. What if I told you that the very struggles you face, the moments of rejection, the challenges that seem insurmountable, and the quiet peace that steadies your heart in chaos are not random occurrences? They are signals, deliberate and divine, affirming that you are not walking a futile path but the one destined by the Most High. Each sign is a call to awaken, to recognize that you are not merely existing but fulfilling a sacred mandate that transcends the limitations of human understanding. To ignore these signs is to risk missing the voice of God whispering through the noise of life, affirming that you are exactly where you are meant to be. For how often have you found yourself wrestling with the question of worthiness, doubting whether your steps are guided by divine wisdom or mere chance? This message is for you, for those who carry the weight of uncertainty yet yearn for confirmation that their struggles have meaning, their persistence has purpose, and their journey is divinely orchestrated. The revelation awaiting you will not only illuminate the path but also transform how you perceive every step taken upon it. As we embark on this sacred journey, the truths we uncover may challenge your assumptions, shift your perspective, and ignite a flame of clarity within. What lies ahead is not just a narrative but an encounter, a moment of recognition where the signs align and the veil of uncertainty is lifted. Prepare your heart, for the path we are about to walk is not for the faint of spirit but for the chosen, those ready to embrace their divine calling. Stay with this message until the end, for what you will discover here could very well change how you walk the remainder of your days. First sign: rejected by the world. It is a harsh truth, yet one you must grasp. The path God has laid before you is not designed for worldly applause. In fact, it is often met with resistance, misunderstanding, and outright rejection. The ways of the world and the ways of God do not coexist in harmony, for the light you carry exposes the shadows around you, and not everyone welcomes illumination. This is your first sign, a signal so paradoxical that it often leaves the faithful questioning their direction. Rejection by the world is not a condemnation, it is confirmation. You do not belong to the systems, values, or fleeting gratifications of this world. You are set apart, chosen to walk a higher road, and that very distinction makes you a target for opposition. The rejection is not random, it is deeply spiritual. It is the response of a world that cannot comprehend the eternal to the presence of one aligned with divine purpose. Your convictions, your faith, your refusal to compromise, they unsettle the comfortable lies that others cling to. Understand this: the discomfort you provoke in others is not a sign of your failure but of your fidelity. The prophets, the apostles, even Christ himself walked this path. They were not celebrated by the multitudes. They were scorned, betrayed, and crucified. Their rejection was not an indication of defeat but a testament to their unwavering alignment with the will of God. Rejection often feels isolating, but it is a sacred solitude. In being set apart, you are drawn closer to the one who called you. The world may turn its back, but heaven turns its gaze upon you. This is the moment when you must remind yourself that the path of the chosen has never been paved with the approval of men. It is instead marked by the quiet assurance that you are walking in obedience to a calling that far outweighs the fleeting acceptance of those around you. To be rejected by the world is to be embraced by eternity. Yet, this sign is not without its cost. Rejection tests your resolve, shakes your confidence, and forces you to confront the fear of being alone. But it is in this crucible of isolation that your faith is refined. The rejection you endure is a necessary stripping away of what is temporary, leaving only what is eternal. Your identity, your worth, your purpose, they are not found in the validation of others but in the immutable truth that you are known, seen, and chosen by God. As you experience this rejection, let it serve as a beacon. It is not a detour but a milestone on the sacred road you are called to walk. Let it remind you that the path of the chosen is not one of ease but of purpose, not one of comfort but of calling. The rejection you face is a mark of your alignment, a sign that you are indeed walking the path laid before you by the Creator of all things. Second sign, God in adversity. The second sign is perhaps the most misunderstood, for adversity is often seen as an obstacle, a barrier that signals disfavor or divine silence. But nothing could be further from the truth. Adversity, when viewed through the lens of the sacred, is not a hindrance but a marker of alignment. When you face trials and tribulations, it is not evidence of abandonment but proof that you are walking the path less traveled, the path that leads to transformation, purpose, and ultimate fulfillment in God's plan. Every great story of faith is written in the ink of adversity. Look to the lives of those who came before you, Moses, David, Esther, and Paul. Their journeys were not free from hardship. In fact, their paths were riddled with challenges, betrayals, and moments of seeming defeat. Yet, in every trial, God's presence was undeniable. The adversity they faced was not a curse but a canvas on which the glory of God was displayed. So it is with you. The challenges you encounter are not there to break you but to build you, not to diminish you but to refine you into the vessel through which divine purpose can flow. When adversity strikes, it is tempting to question whether you have strayed from the path. But let this truth settle in your spirit. The presence of obstacles does not negate the presence of God. In fact, it is often in the darkest valleys that His light shines the brightest. His promise is not the absence of trouble but the assurance of His presence within it. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you, and through the rivers, they shall not overflow you. These words are not mere poetry. They are a covenant, a divine guarantee that you will never walk alone. Adversity is also a tool of transformation. It strips away the superficial, revealing the essence of who you are and what you are called to be. Each trial is a refining fire, removing the impurities of fear, doubt, and dependency on anything other than God. Through adversity, your faith is strengthened, your resolve is solidified, and your character is shaped into the likeness of the one who called you. This is not punishment, it is preparation. Let every obstacle you face remind you that you are not walking an ordinary path but a sacred one. The resistance you encounter is the friction that sharpens your purpose, the pressure that reveals the diamond within. Adversity is not a signal to turn back. It is a sign to press forward, to trust that the same God who allowed the challenge will also provide the strength to overcome it. You are not alone in the struggle, for He who began a good work in you will bring it to completion. Third sign, divine peace. Amidst the chaos of life, where storms rage and uncertainties abound, there exists a peace that defies explanation. It is not the fleeting calm offered by external circumstances, nor the fragile stillness dependent on everything aligning perfectly. Instead, this peace is unshakable, rooted not in the world but in the very essence of God. This is your third sign, the peace of God that surpasses all understanding. To walk in alignment with His will is to carry this peace within you, a sacred assurance that remains steadfast even in the face of trials. This divine peace is a signal as clear as the morning light breaking through the darkness. It whispers to your soul that, regardless of external turmoil, you are exactly where you are meant to be. It does not negate the reality of challenges or pain. Rather, it fortifies you to face them with unwavering confidence. This peace is not silence, but the profound knowing that the one who holds the universe also holds you. It is not merely a state of mind, but a spiritual confirmation, a reminder that you are anchored in a purpose that transcends the shifting tides of life. Many seek peace in the wrong places, in success, relationships, or possessions. These sources are temporary and fragile, crumbling under the weight of life's inevitable hardships. But the peace of God is eternal, flowing from a source that cannot be diminished. It is the still, small voice that reassures you when everything else seems uncertain. It is the quiet confidence that, even when the path is unclear, the destination is assured. This peace is not earned, it is given, a gift bestowed upon those who walk the sacred path, trusting in the guidance of the divine. In moments of doubt, when fear threatens to overwhelm you, this peace becomes your anchor. It pulls you back from the brink of despair, grounding you in the truth of who you are and whose you are. It is not the absence of conflict, but the presence of God that brings this peace. It is a light within that cannot be extinguished, even when darkness surrounds you. This is how you know you are aligned with His will, when the storms of life rage, yet your spirit remains unshaken. Let this peace guide you, for it is not a feeling to be chased, but a reality to be embraced. It is the divine signature upon your journey, a reminder that you are not wandering aimlessly but walking with purpose. This peace is your assurance, your confirmation that the path you walk is not in vain. Hold on to it, nurture it, and let it lead you deeper into the mysteries of God's will for your life. Fourth sign: not compromising divine standards. The final sign is the most demanding, for it requires unwavering commitment and resilience in the face of immense pressure. To walk the path God has ordained for you is to remain steadfast in your convictions, refusing to compromise the standards He has set. This is your fourth sign, the refusal to dilute your faith, your principles, or your identity to appease the world. It is the ultimate marker of alignment with His will, a testament to your fidelity to the divine calling. The world will tempt you with shortcuts, offering fleeting rewards in exchange for surrendering your values. It will present paths of least resistance, urging you to conform and abandon the sacred principles that set you apart. Yet, every time you choose to stand firm, you declare your allegiance to something far greater than this world. This unwavering fidelity is not only a sign of alignment, but also a shield against the forces that seek to divert you from your purpose. To maintain these standards is not an act of pride, but of humility. It is an acknowledgement that God's ways are higher than yours, that His wisdom surpasses human understanding. Every time you resist the pressure to compromise, you align yourself more deeply with His will. It is a sacrifice, yes, but one that reaps eternal rewards. Each act of faithfulness strengthens your spirit, fortifies your resolve, and brings you closer to the heart of God. The cost of this commitment can be great. It may lead to loss of opportunities, relationships, or even comfort. But the gain is immeasurable. You gain clarity, purpose, and the unshakable assurance that you are walking in obedience to a calling that far outweighs anything the world can offer. To compromise is to forfeit the fullness of God's blessings. To remain faithful is to embrace the abundance of His promises. Let this sign be your guiding star, a constant reminder that you are not called to blend in but to stand out. You are not called to please the world but to honor the one who has called you. Every moment you choose fidelity over compromise, you affirm your place among the chosen, those set apart for a purpose that transcends the ordinary. This is your path, your sacred journey. Walk it with courage, with faith, and with the unwavering resolve to uphold the standards that reflect the glory of God. You, who have been chosen, now carry the responsibility of this truth. These signs are not mere observations, they are revelations, guiding you to a deeper understanding of your sacred journey. If this message has stirred something within you, take a moment to reflect, but also to act. Share this truth with others who may be seeking these signs in their own lives. Subscribe to this channel, not as a casual observer, but as a committed seeker of divine wisdom. Activate the notification